Before we begin, I'd like to ask for your help. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. It makes all the difference in helping our content reach more people and ensures you won't miss any upcoming videos. Are we in this together? Then let's get started. The Golden State Warriors, one of the most iconic franchises in NBA history, appear to be in a moment of strategic reflection, searching for answers to remain relevant and competitive. Recent rumors suggest the team is considering aggressive moves in the trade market to add elite talent to the roster. Among the speculated names are stars like Jimmy Butler and Zion Williamson, two players with styles and histories that could transform the team's dynamics. However, the question arises, how necessary is it to bet on such a significant change? While some argue that the current core has the potential to overcome adversities, others, like former player and ESPN analyst Kendrick Perkins, believe this search for reinforcements is unavoidable. In his words, Golden State needs another player capable of elevating the team when Stephen Curry isn't at his best. All teams that truly contend for the title have more than one star with significant impact. The addition of Dennis Schroeder was a step in the right direction, but it only solves part of the problem. To be a champion, you need to fully fuel the tank. This analysis reflects the recent ups and downs experienced by the Warriors. The team started the season with a promising performance, winning 10 of their first 12 games, supported by a consistent rotation and Curry's brilliance. However, the absence of the star player for several games exposed glaring vulnerabilities. In the next 18 games, without Curry at full strength, the Warriors suffered 13 losses. This slump raised alarm bells, highlighting an over-reliance on their leader and the urgent need for reinforcements to sustain the team's competitiveness. Kendrick Perkins, always straightforward in his opinions, believes the solution to the Warriors' problems could lie with Zion Williamson, one of the NBA's most intriguing figures today. According to Perkins, Zion would be a bold but extremely interesting bet. His contract is one of the most peculiar in the league, and despite his injuries, he still has the potential to be a franchise-changing player. In Golden State, he would have the chance to reinvent himself, something he clearly needs. The team should take the risk. While Zion is undoubtedly talented, his NBA career has been marked by ups and downs. Chosen as the centerpiece for the New Orleans Pelicans' future, the young player has faced a series of injuries that have limited his time on the court. Additionally, rumors of backstage disagreements between him and the Pelicans organization have fueled speculation about a possible departure. According to sources close to the team, there are growing doubts about Zion's commitment, especially when medical tests fail to corroborate claims of physical unavailability. The need for a high-impact reinforcement becomes even more evident when analyzing the recent challenges faced by Golden State. Even with the arrival of Dennis Schroeder, a reliable and experienced player, the team still lacks a second star capable of sharing responsibilities with Curry in critical moments. Shams Charania, a renowned ESPN journalist, shed more light on the issue by stating that the Warriors' front office is determined to secure a major acquisition before the trade deadline in February. It's no secret that Golden State is looking for a star. Schroeder was a smart addition, but it's far from enough. They are still targeting players of the caliber of Lauri Markkanen and Paul George. That's the kind of name we're talking about, Charania emphasized. Historically, the Warriors have relied on developing young talent to fill roster gaps. This philosophy produced stars like Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. However, the current crop of young talent, led by Jonathan Kuminga, has not shown the same impact. Despite his potential, Kuminga has yet to establish himself as the third piece the team hoped for. The franchise seems to have lost faith that this third star is already on the roster, Charania observed. Now, all attention is focused on external solutions. The possible arrival of Zion Williamson to the Warriors would not only address the need for a second star, but also add a new dimension to the team's offense. With his explosiveness, physical strength, and ability to score in the paint, Zion would perfectly complement Curry and Thompson's perimeter game. However, his acquisition would be a considerable risk, given his recurring injuries and the uncertainty surrounding his durability over a full season. Even so, Perkins argues that this change would benefit both parties. Zion needs a fresh start, and Golden State is the perfect place for that. With Steve Kerr's system and the team's winning culture, he'd have all the tools to reach his maximum potential, and the Warriors need someone like him to take the team to the next level. The pressure for the Warriors to make a bold move grows as the trade deadline approaches. If on-court results don't improve, the front office may be forced to make drastic decisions to avoid wasting Curry's remaining prime years. For Zion's arrival to become a reality, the Warriors would have to assemble an attractive trade package for the Pelicans. This would likely include young talents like Kuminga or Moses Moody, as well as future draft picks. While this strategy would compromise the team's future, it's a sacrifice the front office might be willing to make to maximize championship chances in the present. Meanwhile, Zion's strained relationship with the Pelicans continues to fuel rumors. Kendrick Perkins revealed that there's a growing sense of an imminent breakup. My sources in New Orleans say things are far from harmonious. There are clear signs of strain in the relationship between Zion and the organization. If he wants to turn things around, maybe it's time for a change of scenery. With so much uncertainty in the air, the coming weeks will be crucial in determining the Warriors' future. The search for a new star might be the key to revitalizing the team and putting them back at the top of the NBA. Kai Satto's journey is one that feels like it was pulled straight from a movie script. A young man who not only defied the odds, but also broke cultural and sporting barriers, proving that massive dreams can be achieved. Standing over 220 meters tall with rare skills, Kai is not just another basketball player. He is a rising phenomenon destined to redefine the global game. From a very young age, it was clear that Kai had something special. While other kids his age were learning the basics, he already demonstrated an advanced understanding of the game. On the streets of the Philippines, he captivated anyone fortunate enough to watch him play. His court vision and ease with the ball were uncommon for someone so young and so tall. It was as if basketball was already part of who he was. Kai was born with talent, but he never relied solely on it. He understood that true greatness required hard work, dedication, and passion. So from an early age, he spent countless hours perfecting his craft. He didn't want to be just a tall player, he wanted to be a complete player. And that's exactly what he became. Through relentless training on dribbling, passing, and shooting, he developed a playing style that blends strength and grace. This combination makes him such a rare and special talent. Although his height naturally positioned him as a traditional center, Kai pushed beyond that role. He wanted more. He worked to become versatile, adapting to different positions and impacting the game in various ways. Whether in the paint or on the perimeter, he is a constant threat. This adaptability not only sets him apart as a player, but also makes him a symbol of perseverance and evolution. In the Philippines, Kai is not just an athlete. He's a cultural icon. He has become a symbol of hope for millions of young people. His journey demonstrates that with effort and determination, any goal can be achieved no matter where you come from. Kai inspires a new generation of Filipino athletes, proving that the dream of playing in the world's biggest leagues can become a reality for those willing to make sacrifices. Like any success story, Kai's path has been marked by challenges. Adapting to different styles of play, facing more experienced opponents, and carrying the weight of representing an entire nation have not been easy. Each obstacle, however, has only strengthened his resolve. He understands that growth as a player means embracing adversity and learning from it. In recent years, Kai has become a name recognized not only in Asia but worldwide. His stints in international leagues have been crucial for his development. Competing against high-level players, he has learned to adjust his game, build confidence, and prove that he can go toe-to-toe with the best. And this is only the beginning of his journey. What makes Kai so special isn't just his on-court talent, but also his humility and work ethic. Despite all the attention and the expectations placed upon him, Kai remains grounded. He acknowledges the privilege of being where he is and works hard to honor that gift. His focused and positive mindset serves as an example for young athletes everywhere. Now, as the world watches his growth, the big question is, how far can Kai go? His story is still being written, and the possibilities seem endless. He has already proven that there are no limits to his talent and determination. With each step forward, he redefines what is possible, not just for himself, but for everyone inspired by his journey. The future of Kai Sotto is a major question mark for many, but at the same time, it is also a fertile ground for optimistic speculation. In a highly competitive environment like professional basketball, especially in leagues like the NBA, it's rare to find players with such a unique combination of talent, height, and dedication. He has already shown that he possesses the tools necessary to make history, but what truly separates him from the greatest giants of the sport is the ability to remain relevant, consistent, and ever-evolving over the years. For Kai, every step forward will test his mental and physical resilience. He has already faced many challenges, such as moving to new countries, adapting to different styles of play, and overcoming criticism. However, he seems to embrace these experiences as learning opportunities. It's this mindset that sets him apart from so many other players who, despite their talent, fail to maintain an upward trajectory. He fully understands that basketball is not just a physical game, but also a mental one, where discipline, confidence, and the ability to make the right decisions under pressure can be just as important as raw talent. The coming years will likely define Kai's narrative as a player. His journey so far is impressive, but what he does next will determine his place in the sport. He has already caught the attention of scouts and analysts, with many believing he has the potential to become the first major Filipino star in the NBA. However, this is not merely a matter of talent. It involves planning, timing, and often a bit of luck. A crucial factor will be the environment he finds himself in. The choice of a franchise or team can make all the difference in his career. Some teams have a history of developing young talent and providing the right tools for them to thrive. Others, unfortunately, don't always offer the necessary support. Kai will need a system that understands and values his skills while also helping him work on his weaknesses. This will be essential for him to reach his full potential. Another interesting aspect is how Kai represents something larger than himself. He carries with him the hopes and dreams of millions of Filipinos, which is both an enormous responsibility and a rare opportunity. Many players bear the weight of their fans' expectations, but few represent as much to their nation as Kai does. He is a true ambassador of the sport, someone who can open doors for future generations of Filipino athletes. However, with all this expectation comes pressure. It is inevitable that critics will point out flaws in his game, analysts will question his choices, and moments of doubt will arise. What will matter most is how he responds to these adversities. Basketball is filled with stories of promising players who failed to meet expectations, but it is also rich with examples of athletes who faced obstacles and emerged stronger. Kai has shown that he belongs to the latter group. Beyond basketball itself, Kai Sotto has the potential to become a global icon. His story, charisma, and humility are qualities that make him captivating not just to basketball fans, but to anyone who admires stories of perseverance and overcoming odds. He has a unique opportunity to transcend the sport and become an inspiring figure for young people around the world. This doesn't just mean achieving success on the court, but also using his platform to positively impact the lives of others. This is already evident in how Kai inspires young people in the Philippines and across Asia. His success proves that no matter where you come from, talent and determination can take you to places that once seemed unattainable. He shows that basketball is a global sport, where opportunities are available to anyone willing to work for them. At the same time, he is also helping to redefine the narrative around Asian players in basketball. For a long time, there have been biases and stereotypes about the ability of Asian players to compete at a high level. Kai Sotto is one of the names helping to change this perception. Through his performance, he is proving that Asian players can not only compete but also thrive and make history. Looking ahead, Kai's success can be measured in many ways. For some, he will be successful if he secures a spot on an NBA team and stays there. For others, success will come in the form of achievements like championships, individual awards, and records. However, Kai's true impact may go far beyond statistics. His greatest legacy may be what he represents, the possibility that seemingly impossible dreams can become reality. As we follow the next chapters of this story, it's clear that we are witnessing something special. Kai Sotto is not just a basketball player. He is a source of inspiration, a symbol of hope, and a reminder that hard work and passion can take us to unimaginable places. Kai Sotto, although already a prominent figure, is just beginning to write his story. And that's what makes his journey so fascinating. The feeling that the best is yet to come. He has already overcome so many barriers, from adapting to new cultures to meeting the physical and mental demands of playing in high-level leagues, that every new chapter in his career feels like a reaffirmation that he belongs in this competitive arena. But, as in every great story, challenges still lie ahead. One of the biggest is the need for consistency. In professional basketball, especially in the NBA, it's essential for players to show constant evolution even after establishing themselves. Kai needs to keep working on his physique to compete with the strongest and most athletic players in the world. as well as refine his offensive and defensive arsenal. This includes developing more confidence in his mid-range and long-distance shooting, expanding his ability to protect the rim, and fine-tuning his moves in the paint. Another crucial aspect of Kai's growth will be his ability to adapt to the constant changes in the game. Modern basketball is evolving rapidly, with centers increasingly expected to be versatile. Being tall and strong is no longer enough. It's essential to be dynamic, agile, and, above all, able to excel on both ends of the court. Kai seems to understand this clearly, which is a promising sign. He has already shown flashes of his potential as a player of the future, capable of combining traditional center play with more modern skills, such as precise passing and quick game reads. At the same time, there's something very human about how Kai approaches this challenge. He doesn't present himself as an untouchable star. Instead, he seems willing to learn, grow, and accept constructive criticism. This is fundamental for any athlete aiming for longevity in their career. Many promising players fail because they can't handle expectations or because they believe they've already reached the top. Kai seems different. He understands that his journey is a marathon, not a sprint. One area worth highlighting is his ability to inspire young people around the world, especially in his homeland, the Philippines. It's no exaggeration to say that Kai has already transcended the role of an athlete to become a symbol of hope for millions of people. Every time he steps on the court, he represents not just himself but an entire nation dreaming of global success in basketball. This is no small feat. Few players in history have carried such a significant responsibility, and even fewer have thrived under that weight. Another point that cannot be ignored is the cultural impact of his rise. Basketball is the most popular sport in the Philippines, but the country has always been seen as an underdog on the global stage. Kai Sotto, with his impressive size and undeniable talent, challenges this narrative. He is living proof that Filipino players have what it takes to compete at the highest levels. More than that, he is helping to open doors for other young athletes from his region, showing that talent can come from anywhere. It's interesting to see how Kai's journey also reflects the globalization of basketball. In past decades, players from outside the United States face significant challenges in establishing themselves in the NBA or other major leagues. Today, the presence of international athletes is an essential part of the game, and Kai Sotto is well positioned to be one of the next big stars of this new era. He has the opportunity to be not just a pioneer, but also an enduring example of what's possible for players from less traditional markets. Moreover, there's something almost poetic about the idea that Kai, at just 20-something years old, is already shaping the narrative of his life and his impact on the sport. This doesn't mean he's exempt from failures or difficult moments. On the contrary, these moments only make his story richer and more authentic. It's through these adversities that Kai is showing his true essence, both as a player and as a person. Looking ahead, it's easy to imagine Kai establishing himself as one of the great centers of his generation. If he can maintain his dedication and continue learning, there are no limits to what he can achieve. He has the potential to not only be a valuable player, but also a central figure for any team that decides to invest in him. With the right combination of hard work, support, and opportunities, Kai can become a name remembered for decades in the basketball world. However, regardless of where his career takes him, one thing is certain: Kai Sotto has already achieved something extraordinary. He has inspired millions, changed perceptions, and opened doors for the future of basketball in the Philippines. He has shown that with passion and perseverance, it's possible to overcome the highest barriers, and in Kai's case, that includes some literally towering obstacles. And so, we wrap up this incredible story of Kai Sotto's journey, an athlete who is changing the game and inspiring millions worldwide. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more people and bring you impactful stories like this one. Let's keep following and rooting for this phenomenon together. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.